Okay, so today's session, I'm going to be hosting. I already done a lot of YouTube videos about this, but I think sometimes it's helpful just to see it live. And ultimately, I want you guys to get out of here as soon as possible. Is that I want to go out there and reiterate. Um, I want to go out there and really reiterate how important it is to go out there and actually not only send out the LinkedIn message, but also send a little Loom video pitch about yourself, right? And I think there's no better place to start than sending a Loom video to the head of product at Loom to get a product manager interview. Like, uh, no better way to go out there and make an impression. So the question that I always get with people is, does it work? And I say, yes, it 100% works. I'm going to walk you guys through my methodology. And but I'm going to go out there and tell you guys this. Give me a second here. When we see a role, first and foremost, you know, let's take a look at like, because I got with me today on the call, I got a Marine. I got my friend Duru, who, helped me co-write a book during COVID. She's disciplined AF. Ramina, I've heard nothing but good things about you from Jermaine. And then Gopal, obviously, you and I got a chance to go ahead and talk. What should the process be every single day looking for a role? And take a look at all these people reaching out to me. Uh, the Okay, so the first thing that you want to go ahead and do is you want to get access to the Airtable and take a look at what new roles are on there. Now, let's just say you don't have access to the Airtable. The first thing that I would want to go ahead and do is I would want to go out and I'm just going to tag all these different roles into a separate window, but I'm going to bring it over to the main window in a second. Is I would take a look at this because sometimes, you want to go out there and actually be excited, right? I think a lot of times we don't talk about how mentally draining job hunting is. And it's very important for you guys to see roles that are posted up in real time. Like this was posted up, okay, 5 hours ago. It's kind of like the psychological job hunting is very mental. It's like dating. Logically, when you go through a breakup, you're going to meet somebody new. But like if you don't see the other person, you can't really visualize it, right? So you got to like actually go and like I think kind of scroll down. And what I would like to go out there and take a look at is like this, like, hey, 4 hours ago, we're hiring, right? I'm looking for a talented product manager. This was posted 3 days ago, and they just reposted 4 hours ago. So I'm gonna go
Super.
out there. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, question.
No, no, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to take all this first. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to rack up a list. Why? Because this is like growing up in a clothing factory. They don't have too many people doing too many things. You want to know why? Is because like it kill you have to think about it. It kills it's too much friction, right? So you want to go ahead and you want to grab those roles. So I'm going to go out there and take a look at a little bit some more. Obviously, a lot of people have told me my algorithm is a lot better than a lot of other people, but I'm also like sourcing more, right? Another thing while I'm doing this is anybody that have just announced that they've landed a job, I'm gonna take a little screenshot of it. You want to know why? Because I want to reiterate to myself, like people are taking jobs because there's a lot of negativity, and negativity trumps positivity, right? So if there's any product manager out there taking jobs, I want to go out there and I also want to make a copy of that list too. So I do like a little bit of a scroll. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go out there and refresh it again. Boom. And other than product manager roles, I also tell people go for like program too, because like program is kind of like the next level up. And instead of like the standard operating procedure, sometimes people analyze it like like just make a list, right? Just make a freaking list. Okay. So I'm excited to announce that I've joined product delivery. Boom. I'll take a look at this guy. Why do I always go ahead and take a look at these people? Because I want to go out there and kind of see my competition. If people are grabbing jobs, I'll make another list, but a lot of times they have their resume already listed. So I want to see like okay, so what does the LinkedIn profile look like for people that are actually landing jobs? But I'll make a separate list and I'll bag that thing out, right? Uh, well, dude, this guy made it. community college to USC to now JP Morgan in New York. All right, there's hope. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to take a look at this now. Let's go up there now and do some sourcing. So I'm going to go to product manager. I'm going to click search. And then, of course, I'm going to go to what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to posts. I love taking a look at this. This is actually when I want to reiterate to myself. Like, take a look at this. This guy here posted up 36 minutes ago, right? So speed to lead. Who's going to take it tonight? Right? So I'm going to make a list. Netflix, they've been hiring like crazy. Oh, we love Netflix out here in the motherland. Sustaining the whole economy. Right now, okay, so 8 hours ago, senior product manager role. Okay. I'll make a list. And then like 4 minutes ago, right? Product manager role. Why am I doing that? I want to get up to a list of 30. Now, am I going to hit every single one? Maybe, maybe not. Depends, what your situation is. Okay, this one here is 7 hours ago. So focus on one thing at a time. Because when you only focus on one thing at a time, all of a sudden, you get like very hooked on it very easily because you've got through that initial part of the friction. Okay, so it's kind of like an assembly line, right? So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this. And I then take a look at, okay, 7 hours ago, Scopely, Roadmap, Marvel Strike Force. Great. Gaming is killing it. I have a company named Howard Chen. This is not the guy. So I'm going to go up there, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Say, hey, we're expanding. Look at this. I love it. Yo, Chen Med. I wonder what that company is, right? But they're hiring for 2 product managers. So 6 hours ago. So even as I'm going through this right now, I'm feeling better about what's going on in the market because like I'm grabbing all these roles. Okay, so Truck USA Senior Product Manager, 12 hours ago. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And then I'm going to take a look at, I'm hiring for an AI program manager. Okay, Jeff is a great boss. This was posted up 2 hours ago, right? So I'm going to take a look at this and I'm going to grab the link. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This is all it is. So let's talk process. So far, we are at, we started this at like 10:12 my time. This is right now 10:19. And we already have close to 20 roles. Let me see here. Okay, senior product manager and associate product manager. This is always great because like if they're sourcing for 2 roles at a company that I've never heard of before, usually they have some like degree of like, funding or some kind of proof of concept, right? Companies that are hiring for multiple roles is good. Now, what I'm also going to go ahead and do during this time is I'm going to tell myself, yo, market is ripping right now. I get a lot of notes where people are like, oh, you think I manufactured like a hiring manager from ADP? Well, you think that's AI? Because like you need to go out there when you're seeing so much negativity, you got to go out there and reinforce it. So when I see this, okay, posted up 1 hour ago, they're still hiring. So I'm going to grab this, okay, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to go out there and click the link, and I'm going to go out there and put it up in my other window. Now, this process alone, if I had some music, which I've done plenty of times on a YouTube video, if I have some music, okay, it's great. The other thing that I'm going to tell myself during this time, okay, is when I see this shit right here, it's like, dear recruiters, let's be honest, some of these product manager job descriptions are getting out of hand. You're looking, when I see that shit, I'm like, good. Be a complainer. Because that's one person I don't have to compete against. Right? Because if you go up there and you make a rant like this, a lot of your competition is. So what, you think if I was a head of product at Loom, I would see some shit like that and be like, I gotta hire this person. 100% no. I'm gonna say keep this person as far away from me as possible. You know, um, it's actually really funny when I actually see this stuff too, because we also get trolled a lot at Product Gym. It's like, yo, if you and I, Gopal, if you and I had a Michelin star kitchen, right, and we're trying to go for 5 Michelin stars, you think like there's so many chefs out there that would be like, oh, these Michelin star requirements is crazy. You know who wins? Are the people that go out there, meet the judge, and it's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. That lobster didn't come out correct. How would you want me to improve it? That's how you get better, right? It's like complaining about it. What are you gonna do? Like get out of the restaurant business? You owe the bank too much money. You know, would you rather be doing making hot dogs? So I think also like another thing is recognize like how mentally weak your competition is, but this is why we got to apply together. This is why Michael Estoy and them they apply together because like you gotta. I take a look at this and I see all types of positive affirmation, right? Okay. Uh, this is a great role. Product manager, content promotion, distribution, and localization. Where's my friend Duru at? Duru. These people are constantly looking. You know what this is? This is literally building the internal tool to find the next money heist, to find the next Emily in Paris. You know, because they get hit up with all these scripts, right? And like they're looking for the next freaking Squid Game. You know, they're looking for the next Love is Blind Brazil edition. That's what they're looking for. Seriously, man. I mean, look at how Netflix got so smart. You guys, this is why I'm telling you guys got to approach this job hunt like you guys are a product manager. They're like, yo, we're making the same content over and over again. And we're not an American company anymore. We're global, right? Dude, Indian matchmaker, boom. Like they have more people than Indian people watching Indian matchmaker because they're just like, oh, this is like Doomer told me about Indian matchmaker, actually. So they're like constantly sourcing out all that talent out there, right? So this one here posted up 8 hours ago. Now we've got about 20 roles all sacked up. I'm just gonna go out there and like, meanwhile, you have people that's just like, this is really good stuff too. It's like, product manager isn't a project manager. Yo, make a post. I want to be your product manager. If you need me to be a project manager that day, I'll be your project manager that day. If you need me to be a product marketing manager that day, I'll be your product marketing manager that day. If you need me to be a UX researcher that day, like, I'll be your UX researcher. What do you think is going to sound hotter? Like product managers are not backlog managers. Like if you need me to clean out the backlog today, I'm gonna freaking go out there, put on some music. I'm gonna clean out that backlog. I'm gonna make it look spotless. You know? Um, that's why. So like hiring for a principal product manager, Series B startup, driven startup in Seattle. This would be a hybrid opportunity. And I think this is also a very important time for us to go out there and actually have another conversation. You see all these roles are open. First and foremost, this is the competitive advantage. Product management is like Formula One racing. So product management, like when you're approaching the job hunt, here are a few things that you need to go out there and tell yourself when you guys are doing this. Number one, you need to tell yourself, market's hiring, market's hiring, market's hiring, market's hiring, market's hiring right now. The second thing that you need to go ahead and talk about to yourself constantly is most of your competition, if you take a look at their comments, which we're going to go ahead and take a look right about now, they're sending out very bad messages. They are sending out very lame messages like, I'm interested. Come on, bro. Like, oh, what should I say? I don't know. Would you get on Tinder and send out, I'm interested? I don't really think so. So it's clear to me, you know, no, hit everything right now. If it's in real time, Liasha, we got to get it. Let's take a look at your competition. Most of these people right here, nobody's sending out a comment on it, right? So most of these people out here, it's like I sent a message, blah, 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 blah. I applied, right? Take a look at your competition. That's your competition right there. Okay, we're gonna smoke these people. Nobody gave out one comment. Okay. And they're like, first read the job description, years of experience, and basically all of that, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at all these different roles. You know what we do with all these people? We send them a DM, our team in Korea and in the Philippines, the whole Asia team. We send out messages and we're like, are you looking for a product manager role? They're like, yes. And we book a call with them, we close them on the back end. you know. Uh but when I do bootcamp consulting, they're like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Here's another thing that I also want you guys to know. When we have like JP Morgan Chase right here, AI product manager, you have all these people liking it. When you have like, okay, senior product manager at Turk USA, rolls around managing product lifestyle. I don't even know what these guys do. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so Greater Minneapolis for quality sensors, all this stuff, right? Most people, I'll tell you this, when I was working with Dennis at my place, Sean, I wish you would have came by to my place by Penn Station, dude. You could have carpooled in with freaking Dennis from Jersey. Um, uh, that basketball court at Eugene was empty AF. Dudes to come hang out with me. Ain't nobody paying for that building in this market, dude. Freaking basketball court. Well, anyways, we take a look at all these roles. What are we gonna? Okay, Rich. Yeah, CJ, let's get it. CJ ain't even waiting for y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna go ahead and do to go out there and get this job? The first thing we want to go ahead and do after this is you have everything here. Get this thing on some kind of tracker. Get this thing. And I think a very important one for you to have is I'm just going to open up this guy here. I'm going to go to copy all URLs. Okay. Because when I hit copy all URLs here, it copies everything. I have 18 postings. It took me about 9 minutes. So, like in 9 minutes, if I can go out there and get 18 postings, right? Honestly speaking, in an hour, that didn't hurt anything. I'm not asking you guys to do push-ups or crunches or anything like that. In 9 minutes, boom, you just got some jobs right now to go out there and apply to, right? The next thing that we have to talk about here is, all right, Rich, what am I going to do next? Well, here's where a lot of people F themselves up. This is one of the common mistakes. They'll go out there and they'll take a look at, let's choose a hot one for you guys. They'll take a look at this role and then they'll go ahead and they'll go to view job. And then you'll look at this job description right here. And then the next thing that people do is they take a look at Elizabeth right here. Okay. And then they'll take a look at, well, who do I know that knows Elizabeth? And then they'll go out there and customize the resume. All that freaking time, it's already going to be too late. So what we want to go ahead and do is I'm gonna give you guys the prompt. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the prompt. And the prompt goes a little something like this. Please craft a LinkedIn connection message for this product manager role, which highlights my experience for the position and also brands me as a fun candidate within 300 characters. Because that's how many characters you can go out there and send, right? So that's the first thing. Now, Rich, we thought about everything. What if I don't have all the experience, man, but I still want to work at Netflix? Well, here's the thing that you got to tell yourself. Do you really want to go out there and work there? So the next thing that I would go ahead and do is I'd craft another prompt. Please craft a LinkedIn message for this product manager role, which highlights my serious interest for the position, despite the fact that I don't have all the key experience or industry background. So we're acknowledging what we don't have. And Brandsman is a fun candidate within 300 characters. Okay. Okay. Other things that we might want to go ahead and ask GPT is, based on this job description, what are the key points, key responsibilities that I should really focus on for my short video pitch, and help me craft a script, including step-by-step instructions for a screen share with the job description open, my resume, the hiring manager's LinkedIn profile, and what other resources do you believe I should show on a quick 3-minute loon pitch? That's all you need, right? Okay. You record that and then you send it over there. Now, having said that, though, here's how I would go about it. I would, give me a second. Let me pull up some.
So, Rich, I have a question here. With
Fire
this
one?
message,
Fire one? Yeah. Talk to me.
okay. So you are typing these questions on the chat GPT or where exactly because along this you have to pass the requirements of the job requirement, right? Where do you put these messages on the chat GPT or?
Yeah. I put it on ChatGPT. So here's what I would go ahead and do for this role. I'll have my resume up. Obviously, you want to have your resume up. Okay. So I would have the resume shown like this for whatever role. The next thing I would go ahead and do is I would actually have her LinkedIn profile up. And I would take a look at certain things like, hey, like I see here that you worked at Google or like YouTube or anything that I can find of interest. Another thing that I can do is like I'd add something special to it, you know. Doers here. So she's a fan of you. But I love you. The show, right? So you want to throw in something fun, and you never really want to underestimate that. Like I've had people get jobs because they're just like, hey, I saw that you were rooting for Canada for the USA Canada hockey game. People like something that's like that has some type of like bond with you and that person, right? Uh you guys saw like earlier I had like it was just flooded, like I had all these messages that's here. They're asking me for like resume reviews, whatever. Somebody actually said like um Sean, that freaking bookstore in Coex that everybody goes to take an Instagram shot? Like I was there the other like, and they're like, oh yeah, my wife and I was there. Um it's like amazing how many Indian couples like come here for like honeymoon right now. It's freaking insane. We welcome all of them to spend money. Keep coming. But like they actually got like he actually got through to me. He's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I saw that you were on Coex. He's like, I love that place. All that kind of stuff, right? So anything that you can go out there and do, people actually like uh, would go out there and have a reaction to it. Now, here's basically what I would go ahead and say if I were you guys, like without ChatGPT, if I was keeping it very real, because I think the thing that people are really missing in this market is some degree of authenticity. Okay. Hannah Hewon works at Netflix. It's crazy, Sean. It's crazy. But all right, so if I take a look at this role right now, I'm just gonna take a look at it just like raw, no chat GPT or anything. And this is why it takes some time to go out there and build up to it. They're like, okay, the responsibility is understanding global complexities of the dub subtitle creation process and oversee the end-to-end development of new products. Okay, 5 years of product management experience, proven record. Okay, when people take a look at this job description, the immediate thing that people always zoom in on is they literally have this mental highlighter, like in yellow. 5 years, I don't have that. Okay, I don't, gosh, I don't have a good understanding of UX and all. Forget all that shit. Talk about what it is that you have and talk about the passion point. Because the other reason why I tell people to go out there and snap photos of people getting jobs is if you guys saw my DMs, it's like freaking hilarious. Number of people that are like, that guy got a job at Spotify. How is this possible? I mean, he reached out. That's all there is to it. They ain't gonna freaking call you. So you got to go out there and actually make the first approach, right? So most people, what stops them from doing this is they are not reaching out first. So regardless, you have to make a decision. And this is why I think applying together is so important, is because like if you take, so let's just say whether you're qualified or not qualified, this thing's been up for 4 days. And in this market right here, okay, now it's being promoted by Hire, which is like kind of like a recruiting software. If whether you feel like you are qualified or not, if you wait any time to go out there and hit this role, that job is just going to go away. So we might as well just go out there and hit it. And if you make a really good impression, you never know. Netflix is not just hiring for one role. So what I would actually go ahead and talk about for this position is, okay, I mean, as a customer, the global complexities of dub and subtitle creation process, and I oversee end-to-end development of new products to aid in dub and subtitle creation. This role, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, this would be a dream come true for me. As an avid fan of Netflix, I absolutely enjoy all the international content that you guys post up. And a lot of times I can tell, these are languages that I do know. Like the subtitle process is absolutely off, which does not improve the user experience. Secondly, sometimes like customers, they actually have to like now it's gotten better, but I did remember when they used to drop content from Korea, Sean, where it's like you got to wait like sometimes an extra 24 to like 28 hours because they couldn't get the subtitle out fast enough.
Oh yeah.
Right. So like, but I was like, yeah, tell those people to step their game up and just watch it without the subtitle, But like, they're literally they're waiting, right? And they are measuring that because every single minute that they're waiting for the subtitles to go on, they would just rather there's some Chinese site where the subtitle's ready to go. And that just starts getting people to question whether or not, like, why should we have this Netflix subscription? Because I can just go out there and watch this somewhere else for free. Most people aren't even watching the whole catalog that Netflix has to offer, anyways, right? So if I don't have the experience, I'm not a product manager. I started off as a recruiter, right? If I'm not a product manager, just looking at this, and this was just posted, so I have no pre-recollection of the role, I would just be thinking about like, what are the key problems this company is trying to solve? And why is it important? Um, uh, Mark Zuckerberg, when he was in front of Congress, this is why I tell people just stay up to date with the news that's going on in the business. So, you should just be a fan of this business. He's like, we don't have a monopoly as Instagram because the times that they shut down, people went to YouTube Shorts, people went to TikTok, and he showed also when people like when TikTok and also when YouTube kind of like they had a lag, people just go somewhere else. So the market is like it's all speed to lead. If they don't have access to something, they go somewhere else. They're not waiting around. It's ruthless in this business. So like I would take a look at it like lead cross-functional teams and engineering, communicate your vision broadly throughout the organization. Speed to lead. But I would actually go out there and make that approach, right? I think the most important thing for this role is at the end of the day, and you're gonna look for me to get things done. This would be an absolute dream come true job for me. I would work beyond 9 to 5. If you guys are noticing something about the hiring managers that are posted on LinkedIn, if you guys should be following me religiously. even though you guys have already paid, is like, they're like, please don't reach out to me if you don't want to work more than 50 hours a week, right? Let them know I'm ready to work more than 50 hours a week. I mean, once you get there, it's up to you, but those are things that you can also differentiate. Like, I would love to go out there and dedicate 100 hours. If you guys want to get interviews fast, tell them I would love to work 80. This would be a dream come true for me. I would love to work 80 to 100 hours a week for you on this project. So most people aren't even willing to go out there and work 50. I would go ahead and do that. The last thing I would go ahead and think about is going to basically be this in terms of my approach. I can give you a full Word document. I can walk you through the whole thing, but the two barriers that are going to stop you from hitting the send button is number one, over analyzing. So this is why you need to do it in a group. And this is why I told people like 2 hours before the thing pops off, there's just 9 p.m. Eastern time. At 7 p.m., you guys should just get rolls out. Because take a look at how many people that are just like, posted 23 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 48 minutes ago, right? Applying late is what's good. Like, if you're doing it with a group, like, people are going to start reaching out more because you guys are going to start seeing people get interviews in real time. I think the next thing that I would do to approach this is I wouldn't go for Netflix first. I would go, okay, let's be smart about how we approach this. This guy here that just posted up 36 minutes ago for C Spire, I don't know what this job is, but it's in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Hit this guy up first. Get your confidence going a little bit, right? You're not going to care if C Spire rejects you or not, right? Like, if Netflix was like, she's like, I'm ready to talk. That's actually why a lot of your competition is scared to fire off this message. Is if they say I'm ready to go, like, you guys got to be ready to go. So the other thing that I would do is, wash my face, put on a nice shirt, you know, and I would be ready to start interviewing with people because right now we have already proven that people are booking in real time. And hiring managers are like, well, I've been back to back meetings all day. I just came back from the gym. I am freaking, I got a few hours before I'm going to go to sleep. Remember, people are the most productive 2 hours before they go to bed, right? They have no distractions. Like, shit, all right, let's talk. Let's talk right now. Uh, like Wish was talking to a guy. He was just like at S&P. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing up so late at night?" He's like, "I'm talking to my engineering team." He's like, "Their engineering team still working?" My engineering team is in India right now. It's like, "Oh shit, I'm Indian. I'm here. I talked to them for you, right?" So, yeah, like I would go out there and instead of overthinking it, the thing is, you'll get better while you're doing it. If you hit this Google role first and let's just say the guy wants to talk to you and you get rejected, you're gonna feel wildly depressed, right? It's like, damn, blew it with Google, right? I would go out there and I would hit, or like Wells Fargo. See, we got some great companies. I would hit C Spire first. Who else I would hit first? I would go out there and hit Tailored Brands 9 hours ago. I never heard of these guys before. And Dublin, California, I'd hit that. Like, come on. You're definitely not going to move to Dublin, California for an on-site role for Taylor Brands. So this is the best company to interview with. You know, it's like, hey, I'm reaching out because like this position is in Dublin, California. My wife and I, or my husband and I, are actually on our way there. I would love to go ahead and do this, right? How many e-commerce product managers do you think is going to work on site? Here's the other thing that I think is very important for you guys to know. When I've been doing this entire time, this is what makes the difference between somebody making a lot of money in this business and somebody that's not making that much money in this business. Don't see the negative, only see the positive. You see, this role here says on-site, but the hashtag says remote. So what do you think was automated in this posting? This message or this? I'm pretty sure they're not going to find anybody showing up on site for in Dublin, California for an e-commerce job because e-commerce is global. I know a bunch of e-commerce guys that are freaking working out of Dubai, so good luck like trying to get somebody in there, right? But at the end of the day, I was like, what do you think they care about in e-commerce? Commerce. So Global, I mean, if you're printing like a bunch of cash, I get a bunch of guys and girls from India reaching out to me every single day. And I was like, take a look at who's making US dollars in India. I was like, they're the ones that are, shit. If you get me an extra 50 enrollments, do you think I'm going to give a shit where you operate out of? I can care less. One of my top admissions guys right now is in New Zealand. People love his accent. He's covering all these times. People are still like, hey, like, you don't want to do this call with us at 5 o'clock tomorrow. You're up right now trying to get a product manager job at freaking 10 o'clock at night. Let's freaking talk right now. He's up. He's ready to go. So like I would say the next thing that I would go ahead and do, I can give you guys all the scripts and we already have them, but you guys got to get comfortable doing it. And like I could tell you this from somebody that does a lot of YouTube, a lot of like Ramina right here, when she did the call with Jermaine, she was like, I've been following Rich, I've been going on YouTube, I've been like doing all that, like I've been watching what you guys are doing, right? Really exciting stuff. Okay, here's the thing. I talked to all these boot camp owners and coaches and stuff, and they're just like, I was like, just start putting out YouTube content. They don't want to put it up. I've been talking to product managers about putting up YouTube content too. They also don't want to put it up. So I'm like, why? And they're just like, I was like, well, you build up the muscle as you're going. Right now, my assistant sends me like a YouTube title. I'll whip out a video like in 3 minutes. Like I don't even need to think about it. I need to write the script. I don't need to do anything. And I'll go out there and just get like the standard number of views. I know exactly how to like clickbait title that thing and everything in my sleep. But you get better at doing it when you're doing it. So I would say hit the roles that you guys are not that interested in first. And there's a lot, right? And I think the other thing to also keep in mind is this. We've had so many people land jobs at companies that are just not that big. And the reason for that is these are the companies right now, they have money. They're the legacy industries. So they have like, they're like, oh, there's this role called product managers. We need them in our business. So a lot of times, another thing that stops people from applying to this role is like there's oh, it's looking for an on-site. It's like, do I really have to be on-site? No. Because if you deliver value, it goes back to the conversation I had with Gopal. If you deliver value, they don't care. Second thing here is like, oh, I don't want to apply because like the salary seems low. Well, have you ever considered that they didn't know how to price it? My first talk ever for product managers in San Francisco, I was like, so like year 3 in product management, you're supposed to make this much, right? And everybody's looking at me like dare handle. I was like, hang on, does everybody know how much a product manager is supposed to be making year 3 in the business? And people are looking at Stanford MBA grads, and they're like, oh, I don't have a freaking clue, man. Like they don't know. Like hiring also doesn't know either, right? So, but obviously, I could tell you from a business owner perspective, if you deliver value, they'll pay you whatever you want. Because they're buying, we're spending $1 to get $2, $3 back. They don't really care. So, like, hit these roles like product management, electrification, tech careers. Like, a lot of times people are looking at it like join Anderson Power, industry leader in high performance electrical connectors, powering innovation in EVs, all that kind of stuff. Energy is huge right now. But people will take a look at this and they'll be like, oh, 20% travel. Oh, I don't want to travel for work. They're gonna ask you, it's like, can you do, man, like I tell people it's a simple one. Oh man, I got this Buddhist holiday coming up. I can't travel that week. Oh man, it's my wife's birthday. Oh, push it off. What are they gonna do? Not fire you for not traveling then? Hybrid. You know how many people that needed a product manager job? They had product manager offers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're coming to New York or you're coming to Chicago, right? Oh man, I'm coming, but I'm coming in 5 months." 5 months later, you know what they say? Man, I don't think I can come anymore. By that time, though, you're already so embedded in the system, you know? So you got to think like Trump, you know? That guy, you see his latest post, he's like, I just got off the phone with like Russia and Ukraine and they want to do a deal, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you got to go out there and spin it to yourself more. I think the funniest one when he was like, we hit a great deal with China today. Chinese news did not say they hit a deal. Chinese news said we made progress. And the People's Republic, they are very clear on vocabulary when it comes out of the news. We're making progress in the right direction. Like, we didn't get no deal. Trump was like, we had a deal, we had a deal, we had a deal. Yeah, it's a great deal. They're so happy about it. We're so happy about it. They're like, they're like, we would sincerely ask the president of the United States to be careful about his wording as it relates to global commerce. We are making progress. We do not have a deal. And then 8 hours later, they're like, oh, fuck, all right, we have a deal. Telling people the party's going down, even though he didn't secure the venue or the alcohol or the food or the DJ. Fire Festival did it. I mean, shit. Fire Festival still doing it. Fire Festival too. People are still being. I was like, damn, dude, I'm in the wrong business. Fire Festival's still doing it, right? It's like, yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, I love Boston. I had a girl take a product manager job in Boston. I love Boston. She looked up the office, looked up like neighborhood eats on Perplexity, and she's like, "Oh my God!" It's like, really? I've never heard anybody love Boston. I love Boston. You guys are next to this ice cream shop, right? Yeah, we go there as a team all the time. She never made it out there. So, yo, dude. This is, I mean, they have movies about this shit. You guys didn't watch The Social Network? They made a movie where it literally showed like freaking Mark Zuckerberg lying to Peter Thiel. It's like, yeah, 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 we're ready to go. Absolutely get funding. They laugh about it now because whether or not you mean it or not, now you got to deliver because you just took my cash. So like Scopely, I think is another one. So I would say hit up the ones I would move everything that I don't want to the left, and I move everything that I want to the right, right? And do what Michael Estor like Turk. I I don't know. When I see this, I see Minneapolis, I think of trucks. So if I hit this thing up, first and foremost, most people would be like, oh, Minneapolis. See, only 30 people applied, and it's only been 3 days. Netflix, less than 30 minutes, 100 applications. So a lot of these companies, you guys are seeing a lot of people take all these offers at these random companies. I never even heard of them too on the offers channel. They're the ones paying the big bucks because they don't have anything. And then like I get product managers that are like, oh, if I'm the first product manager hire, I'm gonna have to do all this work. Let them know you need an extra person. We already have 4 postings right here today where it literally said like we're hiring for a seat. Like, okay, if you guys want me to do this, on top of that, I also need to hire an associate PM. We've done that before where people brought in another junior person from the program with them. Do you have anybody in mind? Yes, I have. Preferably, like, tell me who it is that we need. It's like, well, we would love an associate product manager with a UX background. We have somebody in the program that's a junior person with a UX background, right? Let's get like that's 24 2 years out of school. Let's get them. Okay. Sounds like you got your team now, goalpost. I mean, there's really no excuse. Like so I think like people look for all reasons to not apply. Oh, I don't want to work at this company. Oh, it's a hybrid role. Oh, it's an on-site role. Oh, salary's too low. Oh, they're gonna need this. Oh, 20% travel. I mean, the whole part of product management is listing out the problem and then you list out a solution to it. So you guys are seeing a bunch of people take jobs. The reason why they're taking jobs is they're not letting those blockers limit themselves. But I think that's also why you guys have to apply as a group at 7 p.m. together. Last week, like Leasha, Gopal, Andrew Zappo, they're like, we're gonna apply together at 7 o'clock because I think that time's gonna keep you guys accountable. And I think also applying as a group. If you go out there and you're hitting it as a group, which is what he did, right? We're showing out the message right now, and your competition's not doing jack shit about it. Like, I see the number of views because they have nobody to pitch. Go out there and pitch 5 people now. Now you guys got to go. Right? So there's just no way we can lose because you're hiring. We're going to find it's either you're hiring me or you're hiring somebody with me. or you're hiring me and another person that I know, right? So Netflix just posted up for 2 roles. We have Elizabeth that's hiring, okay? And then you know who else we have hiring right now on top of Elizabeth? This is so, I mean, doesn't take a lot. Does not take a lot. Let me see here. Show the bookmarks bar. Oh, no, not the bookmarks bar. Show the toolbar. Okay. Ideal. We have Scopely. We have this. Turk. Michael Stoy. JP Morgan's posting all the time. See this role here? Looking for a senior product manager and associate product manager. Bring somebody with you. That person's going to be like 4 hours ago, right? So most people, okay, yeah, Adam is looking for also a product manager, distribution. Wow. Dun dun. On site, right? In Los Angeles, California. Great. I love LA. High AI literacy. Reach out. I'm also going to tell you guys this too. When it comes to AI, don't let AI don't let AI scare you because the truth of the matter is you will learn AI on the job, you know. Oh, remember during COVID, they said we're gonna run out of groceries. Was anybody here hungry? The news loves making like, that the negativity is strong, right? 8 hours ago, Epic. Uh, take a look at your competition. So most of the time, okay, I'm hiring for a product manager, founder. Okay, comp range $225,000. Let's take a look at what she's got. She's hiring. See, when I take a look at this, I see so much opportunity, right? Gen U talent. So this is the founder of a staffing agency that's posting for this role. So that means that um she's got a hot role out there. Founder, talent acquisition, recruiting. So even if like I always try to think positive. It's like, okay, she's got like probably 19 other product manager roles at startups that haven't even been released yet. That's literally just sitting on a Google Doc. So like you guys also got to think like if not for this role, you guys have the next role. So questions, comments, feedbacks, and concerns. Hit it. I mean, yeah. I see your hand raised. Go pull what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, Richie, yeah, this is really excellent. Like whatever you showed us today, we were, I am very much interested to go and do this all with my friends. I'm planning as we have made a group, and last week we connected, and I'm planning to get them back on the Zoom today, tomorrow again. So I'll definitely will go and do the steps and follow the steps. I had a couple of questions while I was working on my resume. I'm still working on branding resume and LinkedIn. So while I was doing that, I had a couple of questions. One is, since I'm a contractor at Walmart, okay, I'm not a full-time employer. How do I brand myself when I'm applying this job? Should I say that I'm a contractor at Walmart, or should I just say I'm working with product managers at Walmart? Or should I, because as I told you, like I'm in tech with a QE quality engineering background. So what do you suggest for me? What should, how should I go move forward with that?
I would I never, I mean, I would just say that number one, I'm working at Walmart. And then number two, I would just go out there and I would say that I'm working at Walmart. And then number two is I would say like I would focus more on what the position needs. I never make it, in sales one-on-one, 101 is always about what the customer needs, right? So like for our, Plexi, you can go out there and hop out. For our Plexi, before you do that, let me give you all the roles that you can add to the Airtable, please. Uh, and then by all means have yourself a raise. But I would always just go ahead and ask the hiring manager, like, what is it that you guys are looking for? Uh, I think something that we teach in the sales boot camp that we have is most people think about like how to get people to say yes. Honestly, like the real rock stars, they think about like and they teach this too at Goldman Sachs. Like like don't give the person a reason to say no, and the only thing they have left to say is yes. So when you're thinking about like, oh, what should I say? This. At the end of the day, that really comes from this approach of like, okay, like, how do I get this person to say yes? Like, it's much better, it's much easier. Plexi, I just sent it to you on Slack. Just confirm that, yeah, got it. Yeah. You don't have to like scrape out all the information like right now. Just get the links into that right area. I think you may have even have some of these on the Airtable, but I was just like demonstrating in real time. Give me a thumbs up if you can acknowledge, and then be about your day. But like always just ask like the hiring team, like what is it that they really need? I get so many DMs from people that are like, how did that F boy get that job at Airbnb? The truth is like it's not about your experience, but what the hiring manager needs. And a lot of times it's not reflected on the job description because like people don't do a good job articulating it. So, and also the faster you get on a conversation with them. I mean, have you ever watched Indian Matchmaker? Seriously,
Yes.
that's how recruiters feel, right? Recruiters are, listen, Rich, I'm not looking for anybody, I just need this. Like, what, you want me to send a Ferrari with that too? I mean, it's freaking out. So like the thing is like you have to like break it down. Like, okay, so what are the things that I would say keep it very simple. What
Got it.
are the things that you don't want to do as the director or head of product here that you don't feel like is worth your time anymore? Right? What do you not want to do? What you can't do, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if
Got
I can deliver something that you can't even deliver, but like what are
it.
things that you just don't want to do? Because if you get more time back, then like Plexi here is amazing, right? She's like adding these roles onto, the Airtable for you guys. And like I don't know which Zoom link to hit to click at what time if it wasn't for her and the team. So what are the things that like you don't want to do? That's an easy bar to go out there and actually reach because they will give you a list of like, this is all the stuff that I don't want to do every single week. Okay, what are the things that you do want to do? Okay, so
Got it.
how do we get you to do that? If your value proposition as an employee is to help your employer save time. So if you do the things that they don't want to do and you can add value to the things that they can't do, okay, then it just makes it very easy. If they can't connect those two things, that's actually why people invest in Product Gym, right? They ask like, well, how long have you guys been? I could have been around for 80 years. You don't give a shit. Like that's just a fact, right? Like we used to do all these events in New York where it's like, look at all these people we got a job for. Like, what's your background consulting? Okay, where are you coming out of EY? It's like, okay, let me like what you care about is that are you gonna get a job? Right? So we always ask in the conversation, like the conversation that I have with you, okay, what do you feel like is keeping you stuck the most? Right?
Got it.
Right. So I think like in any conversation, the other big takeaway that I have for you guys in sending out the Loom is most people overthink it and thinking that the Loom video is going to help you get the job. It's there to create enough interest to get a phone call.
Phone call. That's
Yeah.
all.
That's
Got it.
all we're trying to do is just get, because once
Once,
you get on the call, because the job
it's,
description is not accurate, right? So,
once you get the call, it's once you get on the call, then it's our game. How do
yeah,
we move proceed further?
100%. That's when it's fun because you have the whole team, because you have the whole team freaking like supporting you and stuff, right? They're basically interviewing like 9 product managers at the same time. I think that's freaking exciting. Uh,
Got it.
yeah.
Rich, the second, the third question I had is, as I was working on the stories, building the stories with them. See, the features which I rolled out for our customers, I have worked with product managers for all those features. Okay, and I have this all details about those, but I need some help on those building the story on the making the coming up with the stories for those. So I don't know. I just reached out to Sane Park and to help on that. But whom do you should is there anybody who can help me on that, or whom should I talk? I just need some product manager's background to help me if I'm going doing right or wrong or something like that. That helps me to craft my resume and LinkedIn. That's where
The story that you basically have when it comes down to like resume and like interviewing, I also tell people that in this market right now, you can't really think about how you're going to brand or position yourself because the market's constantly changing. You have to, the only way that you can really, I think, sell yourself is like branding yourself as the person that can just do more. Uh um um that can just go out there and actually just do more. And like I'm very comfortable with change. It's something that I always tell people to reiterate. Again, it's like
being agile.
right, like on the Wednesday call, if we're going out there, um, on the Wednesday call, let me get to some of these questions here too. On the Wednesday call, where we do like more role playing and stuff, it's just like I think our interview methodology is very simple. Is Gopal, thank you so much for taking time to go out there and schedule a call with me today. I'm very curious. You must be so busy right now as the head of product over or like director of product over here for content distribution at Netflix. In a perfect world, like what are you hoping for the next product manager to bring that's going to help you get a little bit more time back on your calendar? Uh, Questions that I'm very curious about is like, what do you not want to do here? What are the types of meetings you don't want to go on? Like, how do you feel the new product manager can come and partner up with you to make your life easier? Right. So
Got it.
they have they have like so if you take something like something as basic as Salesforce, right? It's a blank CRM and it can do almost anything and everything, but it's getting there. That is the journey, right? That like that's why all these smaller CRMs that are cheaper, they just crush because they're like, we will go out there and create all that for you. Salesforce used to give you, we wanted you to be able to do whatever you want. And they're like, you can come to Salesforce University, which they charge you for, get Salesforce certification. People are like, that's just taking too long, right? As a business owner, all I really need is my business is not that complicated. We help people get jobs. And then, we make another CRM for companies that are hiring. That's it, right? And then that's why we actually chose the CRM that we did today. Their rep did a bunch of their job. They're like, you don't need 98% of the features on Salesforce. They're like, you guys only like, what do you guys really need it for? I was like, we needed to manage the people that pay up. We need to have a list of people that say they're going to enroll later, and then hiring partners that say they want to hire from us. That's all I need. They're like, so you shouldn't be paying them 20 grand. So it's like, ideally, Rich, what would you like to know as a business owner? Is I can go out there on my phone, I can see all the people that my admissions people are talking to, like goal poll, instead of me asking like, one of my salespeople, hey, what happened with that? Is like, okay, I had a first conversation with him. He's got to go out there, talk to the live, and then blah, blah, blah. I can see like, okay, at least he showed up. 19 calls booked, 14 calls showed up. These people said they're going to go out there and these people said they're not like qualified or whatever, right? Is that okay? So you guys want dashboards and reports easier and you want it on your phone. I was like, yeah, I'm traveling all the time. They were able to like go high level, did a better job selling it for us. So for us, when we're interviewing with hiring managers, we're selling a dream outcome too, right? Which is like, what's the perfect relationship that you'd like to have with your product manager? Right. So what are you like not enjoy right now? Okay. What are situations that you're trying to avoid? That's only going to click for you the more you go out there and do it. So I would recommend for the people that are still on, you all three of you homies are on the East Coast. Sean, you're in Jersey. Duru is still in Jersey, not much longer. And
Hey,
then
Rich,
like go out there and
one more
apply.
question. One
Shoot.
more question. So, see, I am working. This is my personal question. Okay, this is my which I wanted to ask you particularly because I am currently working with my teams, and most of the people they know like I'm into tech, quality engineering, automation background. When I update my resume of product at Walmart, I'm just thinking like if I update it and LinkedIn with product on Walmart and start yeah, branding myself. So will I'm just being curious here, like how does this feel? Like because people, few of my friends know that okay at Walmart, I can't apply at the directly at Walmart. That is one thing, but I can go and check for other roles in other companies. So how does this works here? Because when I rebrand my all my experience with my past.
Reach out. Like the thing is, we got at least 10 companies onto the Airtable that you're not going to care to work for anyways, even if they gave you an offer. I think the first things first that we have to do is I see, we got four other people here that's all on the East Coast. I'd say everybody message 5 to 10 hiring managers. If you send 5 to 10 hiring managers a LinkedIn message right now, I bet money like you guys are booking interviews tonight. So like it comes down to like whether or not you guys want to do it. Like, don't wait for it to be perfect. Just do it right now.
Okay.
Just do it right
So,
now, because
but
like, yeah.
when I
Yeah,
update
no,
my
no, no,
link.
no, 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 no. You gotta just we can't have this thing as a never-ending conversation. I literally have a road trip after this.
Okay.
I need to answer a few other people's questions. Liasha, we got that second guy onto the Airtable. Um,
Okay. I
yeah.
messaged the first one. I'm hoping I
Let's
heard back.
go. Let's
I really hope
freaking
it's a
go,
Netflix is
man.
a dream company. So, if
Hell
he's
yeah,
getting into
man.
a
They're,
first round, it's gonna be wonderful.
they're crushing it. I love Netflix, you know. Okay. If I want to go out there and solely get hired for remote roles, should I still apply for non-remote roles? Yes. Because a lot of non-remote roles, they're actually remote. Like ideally, they would love remote, you know. But like, here's kind of the thing, anyways, that people always ask me is like, you know, like, oh yeah, should I really go out there and like, yeah. Like people like this idea of working in office, but it's like, what's the point? Like I'm freaking working career right now. Like like just hit it. If you deliver value, it doesn't even matter. Let me see here. Downtown Jersey City. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, don't like the more you guys overthink it, the more it's gonna like you guys are just gonna think yourselves out because like,
Bye.
well, and I do that a lot too myself.